Hello everyone, I'm here at BLT at the JW Marriott, Camelback Inn. Look who I'm with. I'm here with Nicki Pruss of Stag Wine Cellars. Hi Nicki.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How did you get into wine? Everybody wants to know.
How did I get into wine? My background is actually as a foot and ankle doctor, and I was on a wonderful bike tour in France. I went all around the Hexagon, and I was so inspired that I came back home to California and studied viticulture and winery technology, and gave up a background in being a foot and ankle doctor.
The exciting world of foot and ankle.
It's a good profession, but this was basically a passion of mine. Growing grapes, making wine, being involved in a really fantastic, fun industry, and an industry somewhat parallel to medicine in that you have both art and science. So that's what I really enjoy about winemaking and the industry.
How did you first make your first bit of wine? What happened?
My first bit of wine, well,
Let's say.
I would say my background also as a hobby. I was a hobby home brewer, so you know, I was bitten by the bug of fermentation science by doing that. But while I was in France, seeing and tasting the different wines, I was, this is just a different fermentable, but it has such passion behind it. So when I came home to Napa, I started taking classes at Napa Valley College, and that's where I made some of my first wines. Many small lots, Chardonnay, Cabernet, mixed reds, and so that's where you got bitten by the bug, truly, at Napa Valley College. Steve Krebs, the program director there, gave me such great support that it really inspired me to leave medicine and go into this business full-time.
So the obvious next step was to become the winemaker at Stag's Leap.
Absolutely.
How did that happen?
One day, one of the classes I was at, there was a little note posted on the board, and they were looking for a berry sampler, which is basically like an intern position. It's the lowest level on the rung, but it's for me, the most exciting. And I answered the ad, went through a series of interviews.
Just for the berry picker?
Just for the person that was going out and being the scout. That's what I call the samplers now, is you go out and you're doing vineyard observations, getting the berry samples, coming back and running the chemistry panels on it. But it's in essence, you're riding shotgun with the winemaker. So I was hired by Michael Solacci, who was the winemaker at the time, and he saw my passion and interest for the wine industry and really helped me on in my career. And so from there, moved up to being the enologist because of my background, my training in science and medicine really helped that entree into the industry. When opportunity struck,
because it would be the ability to pay attention to detail.
That's important.
It doesn't, you don't get to be a doctor without that.
Without detail. Well,
and also the human aspect too. So.
You know, it's just I explain it to people. It's a different patient. You know, I have a new patient. Grapevines and wines, and understanding systems, but also, you know, there's the art of it. There's also this intuitive factor that comes out, especially more cycles that you do in any one vineyard, where you really start learning those patients each year, how they're growing, how they're expressing the terroir.
So the customers aren't the patients.
No. Those I just want to bring joy to people's life by elaborating beautiful wines from a beautiful part of the world. We have a very special ground at Fay SLV, our 2 estate vineyards.
How much property is
with
there?
The Fay Vineyard, which we grow Cabernet Sauvignon in a very small amount of Petit Verdot. We have about 67.5 acres there. And SLV, which stands for Stag's Leap Vineyard, there's 36.5 acres.
So just like about 100 acres total?
Yeah, a little bit over 100.
And that's where you get all of the fruit for your production?
For the estate program, being Fay, SLV, and Cask 23.
Okay,
Those are the estate Cabernet Sauvignon. For our Artemis program, which is part of our Napa portfolio, I'm using fruit from those 2 vineyards, but also we have long-term contracts with multiple growers throughout the Napa Valley. And those are really our regional Napa Valley terroir wines. whereas Fay SLV are the very specific single vineyard designated Cabernet Sauvignon wines.
Those are your, what would you call it, your flagship type?
I would say the flagship is actually Cask 23.
Yeah.
I call it the child of the two vineyards because it is a blend of special lots from the Fay vineyard and SLV. So each of those vineyards, even though they're side by side, have a very unique personality in the glass. And so when you're working on making the blend for cask, which is the ultimate expression for the estate vineyards, you have some of each parent within the glass, but something completely unique.
That's interesting. Any plans for making your own stuff, or I mean, you're probably pretty busy with what you're trying to do.
Pretty busy with what I'm doing.
There's not a lot of spare time to tinker with your own thing. Or any dreams about that, or just? Well,
you know, when you're working with one of the top wineries in the world and with some of the best grapes in the world, I figure I have enough challenges at this point. But you know, you never know. There may be something that strikes my fancy, but right now, this is 2010 is my 13th harvest being as part of the production team at Stag's Leap, and you know, I have many more vintages still inside of me, so we'll see.
Great. Thanks, Nicki.
Sure.
Bye.
Cheers.